Okay. You're like, you ever notice that Diego kind of fights the water? So orange.
Well, it has nothing to mean that about it.
Yeah. You didn't know that? That's so if you have multiple people streaming with you, your little stream buddies.
I know why. I just didn't know.
Yeah.
Let me know if Cindy comes in because I'm just gonna sit here and unstitch this.
I'll have no idea if somebody comes in unless they type in the chat. Don't you fall asleep on me? What the heck? Sorry.
Oh,
Why is it going dark if you're recording?
what?
Oh, the phone keeps going dark. Even though you're live. You have one viewer, but I have no idea who it is. Oh. Riri's crunching. Huh?
Is she eating?
Yeah, she's crunching. Crunch, crunch. Every time you move that fabric, the light goes wonky for a minute. Yeah. Oh, there it goes. It was frozen on that end for a minute. I was like, if I have to stay here the whole time and keep poking the camera, I swear.
Sorry.
I don't know. It wasn't doing that last time. I don't know what to say,
Jaden. I'm live, so please stop. All right. So.
Oh, you got two people.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for a few more people to come in so that I can talk about what I'm doing. Right now, I'm taking apart an entire quilt because we decided we didn't like the two colors that I had in here.
Yeah, I might jiggle a little bit.
I've already got the colors that I'm replacing. I've already got recut.
Cinnamon.
Just
so
need to take the white off of this part.
Oh. Okay.
We are not doing a Christmas thing tonight. We are working on a Quilt of Valor.
Oh.
I have to forgive my daughter. She's playing with the phone as I record.
Oh, I'm trying to see if there's anything in the settings that'll keep the phone from shutting down. Because it's being weird. Also, did you know that StreamYard has a dark mode?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have to relearn everything.
Me leave. There we go. Hold on, it's coming back.
Calm down, guys.
We're still.
We're still here. Somebody is messing with the camera because my phone keeps turning dark.
Oh. Okay.
So let's see. Now I'm gonna need one of those squares. And
I'm sorry, Diego. I didn't mean to spook you, buddy.
one of those squares. So what I'm simply doing to
It's just a StreamYard's link that gives them a 10% discount. I bumped the phone and that popped up.
sorry guys, she bucked the phone and that's what happened.
It's really dark. What the heck?
So what I'm doing is I'm taking apart the pieces for my Quilt of Valor because we just didn't like the way this was for this particular Quilt of Valor. Now, I will say this and I will reiterate it when and if there are more people in the chat. When doing a Quilt of Valor, you're going to want to pull up their site. You are going to want to go onto their site and go on their page where it shows the requirements and sizes for the quilt. You're going to want to read that. It's important. I will tell you that it does state that they do not approve or like when you use just in most cases. However, if you know the person that is getting the quilt and you know what branch they served in, then it is okay for you to use a branch specific panel or fabric, which is why we can use the one that's behind me. You can adapt most any of the quilt patterns for Quilt of Valor, as long as it meets the size requirement. It does not have to be a red, white, and blue. A lot of people do not realize that it does not have to be a red, white, and blue, or patriotic, I should say. Quilt. Theme quilt.
I think I can turn the timeout thing off.
Also,
Shut up.
some things that you may not think of is because it's a Quilt of Valor, you go automatically, you go to patriotic, red, white, and blue, something to that effect, like I stated before. I am guilty of that. So this year and the coming year, it's with this year, I am making a few Quilt of Valors that don't necessarily have a patriotic theme. One of them being I am making a Native American Pacific Quilt of Valor. I don't think nearly enough vets get what they deserve. And native veterans sure don't get the recognition that they deserve. And I would like to change that. Normally, I don't know who they're going to. However, the next 3, possibly 4 Quilt of Valors that I do, I have to know the person that is going to.
The native ones? There you go. I wonder if StreamYard has a app.
You do. How it's on my phone.
You were using the app?
Just StreamYard.com.
That's a
Yeah,
website, not
they
an
have
app.
I think they do have an app.
Maybe if we use that app next time, it'll stop blacking out every 5 seconds.
So what I'm doing is, before I take everything completely apart, I'm just separating the colors. And I'm taking the colors that I have cut out, and I'm matching them to the strips that that I'm going to replace. So that I have everything ready to go. I hope.
It might black out for a minute. I'm gonna go to phone settings real quick and see if I
She's
can
gonna try and go to phone settings, guys, and
shut the timeout. Then it shouldn't time out at all while we're using it. Apologies for that. I got it figured out. I do need to scoot this over ever so slightly. All right.
So yeah,
Apologize for that.
are you done? Because I just lost my viewers.
What's the other? What's the other? You may be able to make everything fit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'll run downstairs and grab my phone. You do that, and I'll be back up. Okay.
Heidi, who just came in. I'm just working on a Quilt of Valor tonight. Um, right now I am actually taking apart the Quilt of Valor that I made because we decided that we just didn't like the way the red and the blue was. So we opted to go with the shiny white and the solid red and solid blue. So I'm just switching everything out right now. Actually, I'm just seam ripping right now. And so what I'm actually doing right this second is I am separating all the squares, all the blocks. And before I take the blocks apart individually, lining up the fabrics that I'm swapping with the ones that are already sewed together so that I already have everything ready to go. And hopefully it makes it a little easier when I switch everything out. Right. One more. The whoa, the panel behind me that's on my window right now. Um, that is the panel we are using. Yes, I am aware that it's a branch specific panel. And that Quilt of Valor has, I don't know if they have rules or what you would call them associated with that. And those regulations, rules, whatever you want to call them, are they do not use brand specific items, fabrics, unless you know personally who the Quilt of Valor is going to. And because I happen to know who it's going to, that's why we're using a brand specific panel. This is the last section that I actually have to take apart, and then I can start taking apart the blocks individually. I did not decide to do this until right before the live. One, because I started to look at it and I just didn't like the way it looked. Two, because I knew my daughter wasn't happy with it. So there's that. And I have misplaced some of the pieces for the last section. So we're just swapping everything. I will use these pieces that I'm swapping out eventually in another Quilt of Valor. Let me go ahead and get a link to both Etsy and Villarosa and put it in the chat so that y'all can see and have a link to the pattern that I'm going to be doing with the Quilt of Valor. Let's go here. Here is the one from Etsy. And here's the direct link to Villarosa. I will actually see if I can find the link to the actual page in Villarosa real quick. Because I learned how to spell. All right. Now, there are a few different ways you can buy this pattern through Villarosa. You can buy it individually. You can buy it as a pack where it comes in a set of 5. It is, I believe there's 2 sets of packs. One is from 2022. And then I believe it's last year. It was the 4th of July type pattern combo set or Quilt of Valor. Or you could buy one of the kits that they have available and do it that way. But for right now, I am just going to simply put the link to the pattern below. And then y'all can always go back and look at what they offer. I'm sure all of y'all are familiar with Villarosa. And that's the link for Villarosa. All right. Feel free to chat. Jaden is feeling better. She's downstairs doing something. I thought she was coming back up, but we'll see. Oh, here she comes. All right. Yes. I was telling Mommy you would be back.
You didn't answer my question.
You have
I asked you how many scoops of espresso do I use? Wasn't enough pot in the so I just used 1.5. A little strong.
Please tell me you didn't use 1.5 scoops from the coffee scooper.
Well, it's about 1 tablespoon, isn't it?
Teaspoon, honey.
Oh!
Teaspoon.
Whoa! Looks like I have extra strong coffee then.
Okay, guys.
You didn't answer my question fast enough, and I don't want to sit
My daughter has not comprehended the fact that if I don't answer a question, you can always look on the back of my espresso coffee jar to see how many scoops need to be made.
Oh, I didn't know that. I never used the espresso. He's probably. Is
Guys,
your husband closing?
I don't know. I'm going to say yes. Shall we take a vote, everybody, on whether or not we think my hubby is going to call me in the middle of the stream, A,
You know.
and 2 is going to call me to tell me that he's closing.
Hold on. You want to know something funny? If you were streaming on Twitch, I could literally put a poll up, yes or no. Is my hubby closing?
Poll.
Not on StreamYard.
Just for those of y'all that are new.
Put a 1 in the chat if yes. Put a 2 in the chat and no.
So this is why we think it's funny, because literally, I believe almost, if not every live I've had so far, he has literally called or has gotten in the chat.
Question: would this be considered a teaspoon?
Yes.
For reference of next time.
You're fine. You're fine. You like strong coffee.
Excuse me.
I mean, I like strong coffee, but I don't know where you get it from.
You drink coffee like I do your mother.
I do.
No, I do. You put cream in yours. I can drink mine straight black with just a scoop of sugar in it.
This Southern girl. That's the one thing my mother could not. And by the way, my mother's not Southern. She's Northern.
He's a Yankee.
So is my dad.
Well, something around
Anyway, so
like
my mother was Polish 100%, and she was from Baltimore. My dad was part German, and he was from Michigan.
You know how to speak
and
German?
I'm from South Carolina.
It's very milky.
Is it? All right, so we got all these. Okay. Got this taken care of. Why do I have so many more?
Because you gotta cut them in the sheet.
All right, guys. I need to pull up my pattern. Maybe. Oh, don't tell me I really. Look, I got a message. Oh, it's from my daughter asking if I'm going live.
Yeah, I sent that like 30 minutes before we went live. I had just woken up and it was like 6:45.
Not fully awake from my nap. Okay? Give me just a second. There it is. All right, open up. I don't want to verify. I just want to open.
No.
Oh, stop. This is what I needed. Oh, that's right. It's a card. It doesn't have 5 pages of directions. I have to say, I do like Villa Rosa. And I understand why, and I don't know if the word why is the right word, but we'll go with that for now. I just I find it hard sometimes to follow those directions when everything you need to know is on the back of a literally postcard. I think it's great because it keeps the price down. However, for those of us that might have cognitive issues, they can be a little hard to figure out. It did take me, what, a half a day, maybe a little longer than what it would take normally to figure out what it was talking about. I wish there was a way that if you wanted a bigger print pattern with better or fuller direction, you could spend another dollar or two and order it. Um, you know, but that's coming from someone that tends to have cognitive issues at times, as we have all seen. So what I'm checking is I've got, I think I need, I think I'm going to be in trouble is what I think. I don't think I have enough fabric. I'm trying to think, guys. Because I thought I had everything ready to go and separated, and I'm pretty sure that some of the fabric that I was using in our Christmas quilt might have been part of this. But that's okay because I can go and get more. And I can at least have it shipped priority 2 days.
We can get more.
I can get more of the sparkle fabric. I can get more of all of it. It's just this particular sparkle fabric is a little easier for me to get. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is I am going to put these aside. What's left here aside. And then we'll work on these over here. And we might actually get to use the sewing machine. I'm a little upset with me. Feeling a little unloved, left out. The last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I've done nothing but play with my embroidery machine. And yes, she has a Star Wars name. Do I remember it? Yes. Do I remember how to pronounce it?
Is it Ahsoka?
No.
If it's what I'm thinking, then it's Ahsoka.
It's a Wahaha.
So,
yes, that one. I have no clue.
Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah, that one.
You can just call her Tano.
Hana?
No.
No. Oh,
Yes, I am playing with my niece's fake glass art because I'm bored. Whilst waiting for people to start commenting. Why? Because I can.
My subscribers aren't pretty chatty, apparently. All right. So we are going to take the sets that I just took apart, and now we are going to take them apart individually, very carefully. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to pull these solid blues off and lay them exactly how I need them to be. And then I am going to start taking apart the block. And as I take each section apart, you know, it might help if I actually put my chat back on so I can see.
Nobody's
Come on, guys, chit chat with me. So as I take the blocks apart, what I will do is interchange the sparkly blue for the solid blue so that I do not confuse myself. Once we get this started, I'll chit chat a little bit about the person that this Quilt of Valor is for. Jane, are you going to be okay while I talk about it?
Yeah.
You sure? Okay.
Did Quincy talk to his dad yet?
I do not know. We will. Don't worry. One way or the other, we'll be able to get you there. Okay.
Do you have the paper towels over there? Right here?
I don't know where they are. You'll have to wait.
Okay.
Okay. So this square is the corner. So we're not doing anything with that. I better shut my rotary blade.
Well, he just snipping the finger.
This is what we're switching out. We're keeping the white and we're switching out the blue. Now, little backstory about the person that this is for. If you were in the live earlier, you probably already know who it's for. And a lot of people think it's weird. So, my ex-husband, my girls' dad, I have 2 daughters. So the only kids I have, they both have the same father. He is a veteran of the Air Force, medically discharged, and
Discharged because of that.
he got medically discharged.
Because of the tower.
He got medically discharged, Jaden. So anyway, I met him while he was stationed in Arkansas. Obviously, we stayed together for a while. Things didn't work out, mainly because he wasn't willing to get help or didn't think he needed help with his PTSD, and it was getting to a dangerous point. And that's all I'll say about that. He never hurt our kids, so yeah, it did not. He is originally from South Dakota, by the way. So we moved back up here before we divorced. And so he, anyway, one thing led to another. We divorced. Things weren't great between us, to say the least. They were really bad. But again, he never really hurt the children. It wasn't until our youngest daughter yelled at him for something he had said and told him that she was not coming back to visit him that he realized he needed to get some help. On his own, he went and got the help he needed. Now, it has taken us years to get past everything. It has taken us years to get to where we are. I trust the man. Um, I know that if anything happened to me and my husband, that she would be taken care of one way or the other. And by she, I mean my youngest daughter, Jaden, who, if you did not know, is autistic. She's on the higher end spectrum. However, she's not quite able to live fully on her own. So, you know. So the man deserves a Quilt of Valor. No matter what he's done to me or said about me or anything like that, the man served our country. He deserves a Quilt of Valor. So I offered to make his Quilt of Valor for him. And that's what I'm doing. Now, why is it so urgent? Well, simply put, he has an extremely bad heart. We just found out that he has to have a quadruple bypass on Thursday. I have felt the pull, the need to finish this quilt. This particular one, I'm making him two. I felt an emotional pull, a need to finish his Quilt of Valor. I wasn't sure why, but now I know. And so things have been put aside on hold until this is done. He goes in for surgery on Thursday morning. I would like to have this done before Thursday. He's not a big ceremony type person because of his PTSD. He does not like crowds. And so he would be fine with me just handing it over and not making a big deal about it. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet. But this is my way of telling him thank you for serving our country. Now, the other quilt that I'm making him, he decided at the last minute, well, not at the last minute, but we've gone back and forth on what he wanted. He didn't really care about the design. He didn't really care about the quilt pattern. He didn't care about the colors per se, but he did want it as a patriotic version of a Quilt of Valor. Now, the other quilt is a quilt kit that I actually picked up about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and I put together. I never completely finished it, but the man fell in love with this quilt when I showed it to him. Now, he's a pretty tall guy, and so we were discussing the size of quilt. He has to have a pretty long, pretty wide quilt. And so I mentioned to him that it's a specific size. The Quilt of Valor can only be so big or so small. You know, it can't be a king size quilt to be a Quilt of Valor. So we opted to, instead of making his Quilt of Valor an actual bed size quilt, we are going to make it on the smaller side, and he's going to use it as a wall hanging because he wants to display it. And the other quilt that I'm making him, it's pretty much made. It's just got to get a couple of borders put on. It's going to be his bed. And when I say this man completely fell in love with this quilt, every time he comes over, he asks very nicely, "Hey, do you still have that quilt I like?" And I act like I don't know what he's talking about because I don't want him to know that I'm giving it.
30 minutes ago, I put one back up. Okay. You got another 30 minutes.
This is one of these. goes back. Okay. The next section. But the pattern that I'm using is called Grand Prize by Villarosa. I absolutely fell in love with this pattern. I'm not sure why, but I did. And the way they have it is they use different shades of browns. I am going to switch it up just a little bit. And yeah, they have like grays, browns, oranges, stuff like that. I am actually going to switch it up a smidge. And we are just using 2 colors plus the white background. We are only using red, 1 shade of red, and we are using 1 shade of blue. If you look at the pattern, every section will be either, so it'll go red, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, all the way around it, with the white being on the outside. And then what I'll do before I quilt it, I will since I'm taking this apart, what I'll do before I put these big squares on it, on the 4 corners, I am going to go in and embroider some gold 5-point stars. So if I can at least get this part somewhat done tonight, then tomorrow or later tonight, because I took a nap, so well, I probably won't sleep tonight. I will probably get it all pieced together again, and hopefully within the next day, 2 days, I will be ready to embroider. But I want to get the red piecing and the blue piecing done, and then I will embroider. Let me ask y'all this. So when this was originally going to be a bed size quilt, I ordered everything. I ordered the backing because he specifically asked for something soft and cuddly. And first thing I thought of was minky. I found some printed minky that's in a pretty dark navy blue. And the imprint on it is stars, like the 5-point stars. Because I've switched it up, or we've switched it up, and it's not going to be a wall hanging, I'm wondering if the minky backing is going to be too heavy for a wall hanging. Let me know in the chat what y'all think. Should I still use the minky for the backing it? Or because it's a wall hanging, should I get a different backing? I mean, either way, it's not going to go to waste. You know, I'll use it for something. I mean, it's me.
No chat with us.
I know nobody's in a chatty mood.
I think it's just you and me in right now. Maybe a couple other people. Ugh.
All right, that one ready to go. Are you done with your sun catchers?
Yeah, I'm drying now. That paint sucks.
Watch what you're saying.
You can say sucks on
I don't
YouTube.
care. Just because you can't say it doesn't mean you should say it. Yeah, what do you expect? It's a dollar store treat. Dollar store does not care about the paint they have and little kids' arts and crafts.
Well, maybe they should.
They're too busy raising their prices on everything to $1.50. $1.25.
Nope, $1.75 now.
Is it really?
I have no idea.
Oh, I thought I heard somebody say that it was going to be $1.50, but I could be wrong. I do know that it is $1.25 now. So technically, they should change their name.
False advertising me.
It is because, well, no, because they do still have a couple of things for $1, I think. I don't know. I like to get their fabric though. Even though it's not the best quality fabric, it is great fabric to do practice blocks with.
Mom actually cares something.
Nope, not ready. Most of the time it tears. Sometimes it does, especially if I have double stitching in it.
Mm-hmm.
I know you hate it when I tear the fabric. It freaks her out every time I tear it.
Because half the time it tears.
It tears on the grain, so it always tears straight.
No, like so I've witnessed you do that, but then you go to do it, and then just the entire. Thing
Oh, when I'm
tears.
ripping it from seams, yeah.
Yeah.
It can do that, but for the most part. I'm missing one. Oh. Now, it may look like I'm using different sizes from the two, but I'm not. You got to remember the ones that I'm laying the dark blue on top of have already been sewed, so the seam allowance is already turned. Last year when I went shopping, I was at a quilt store, and they are known for their native fabric. And so they had a lot of horse prints, shall we say. And I got a little crazy with the horse prints. Let's say I bought a lot of panels. So I have one particular pattern that I want to do, but I think I'm going to do it in this design, this grand prize, because it's pretty. I've been wanting to try one of those electric seam rippers, so I don't have to tear and rip my fabric like I just did. Huh?
There's an electric one?
Yeah, it's like a little shaver. Like Quincy's little shaver that he has. They have them for seam rippers. I would probably use that in something like this, where I'm taking apart a whole quilt, basically. Would probably go a little faster. But at the same time, are they really worth it? Besides being a little faster and possibly saving some hand cramps, is it worth the money? All right, there's that. And there's that. All right, that section is done. Next section. Okay.
Back to playing Sam's pictures.
I can say, however, this goes together pretty fast. Once you get all the cutting and you understand what it's saying to do, it'll go by. It goes together pretty fast.
And then there's me who can't comprehend the directions. It's very confusing.
Yes, it can be. It took me a bit to understand what they were saying.
That's why I will stick to my hand on.
Most patterns will show you exactly what to do. This one does, but it's more condensed because it's on the back of a card, a postcard type thing. And so, you know, uh,
Just so we have something to talk about while you're doing that.
is it appropriate to talk about? Okay.
You like music related stuff, and
Do
you
I
like
what?
animated stuff.
I can't hear you.
I
What?
said you like music related stuff and animated
Yes.
stuff.
Yes,
Watch
I like animated.
Watch K-pop Demon Hunters. Pretty
Watch what?
good. K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh, yes, the Demon Hunter show.
The movie, yeah, it's pretty good.
I have seen the Demon Hunter anime.
What? No, not Demon Hunters. K-pop Demon Hunters. It's a new movie that just got released on Netflix. So basically,
okay.
these three girls, they're K-pop stars, but they're also demon hunters. And there's this thing called the Hun Moon, which keeps the demons out of the human realm. And pretty good show. If
Okay.
you'd like it.
Now, once I'm done taking apart all these blocks, what I will do is I will bring my machine over and pick apart each strip and sew them as I go.
You need help bringing it over? You got it.
I don't know if I'll do that during the live tonight or if I'll do it tomorrow or later tonight. I don't know, but that's the plan.
Just a chit chat stream today.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
I just need to take a little break. I fully believe that if you had everything you needed and you completely understood the pattern with no difficulties at all, you could put this together in one day.
Talking to me or them. Do you have to use the pattern for a thingy?
For what?
For the Quilt of Valor?
For his?
No, just in general.
No, I can use any quilt.
any.
I can use any as long as I follow the size recommendation for the actual quilt. I just happen to like this because it's simple and he's not a frou-frou kind of guy. And before the fire, when he lost everything, I thought that this would fit in his design very well with what he had in his house, with the eagles and all that stuff. So I'm simply just taking each strip and I'm laying the right piece of fabric on top so that I can just stay a little bit better organized.
Our stuff starts tomorrow, Mom. Shark Week. Who was hosting?
Huh?
Our stuff starts tomorrow. Shark Week.
Oh yeah, it's the end of the month, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just about.
I should go Google who's hosting it this year, though.
You told me who was hosting Shark Week this year, but I forgot who you said it was.
I know, so did I, but I'm too busy playing Stand Tetris right now.
You and your video games. I swear, if you're not on the PS5 or the Xbox, you are on your phone playing a video game.
You know, I used to play old Tetris on Dad's phone.
Yeah, I like Tetris.
Needless to say, he was pretty amazed by how easy the game was for me.
Because that's how your brain works.
Like that. But I'm good at math. I put it all below. Coincidentally, it's the only time I can seemingly do math in my head.
So when you go to your class and you're doing math, or you're doing math at home for your class, think of it as a Minecraft puzzle.
It's not how it works. I have to be building something for it to work because I have to map out.
Okay,
like,
so take my
stuff.
graph paper and map it out like you would for a building.
Not sure how I'd map out a house. Anywho.
Figure out the square inch per teeny tiny square and go from there. Because remember, a graph paper has small, I think it's like 4, 5, 6 squares per inch.
But each square could count as one Minecraft block depending on how big the build you want. Listen, building in Minecraft can be very complicated. I've seen someone build.
For mine, I just like
I watched a YouTube video and someone had the patience to build Notre Dame block by block.
Oh wow.
I was like, I would love to do that, but I haven't got the patience to be doing that. But it's cool.
I would love to see that.
What, the Notre Dame in Minecraft? I can find it for you. The YouTube for I have it on Facebook. Either way.
Hi to whoever just came in.
Not me.
Put your name in the chat, please.
Next thing you know, it's just Eddie lurking.
No, usually if it's Teddy lurking, she'll say something.
No,
just to let me know she's here.
I was gonna say lurking means you don't.
I know what lurking means. I need to order some more red, white, and blue fabric.
You almost out.
Yeah, this is pretty much the end of it, I think. Because Hetty made a pattern that I want to do. And you might have enough with I have a line of fabric and I might have enough left from a previous project to do it. I'm not sure. Oh, this one. Okay. Forgot which way I was on. Hey, Jaden, how long have I been on? Hour and a half? Hour?
Roughly. What?
How long have I been on?
Give me just a moment, please. About an hour.
Okay.
What?
I was just wondering.
I doubt I'm gonna be going to bed anytime soon. I took a little siesta there.
Three. Diego, what are you doing? Are you trying to get used to the new
I
area?
think he wants to lay on me, but I didn't want to be calling him in the middle of
Diego and Prairie, could we not spill the water and short out Mommy's cord this time, please?
baby boy. Handsome.
You want to say hi? Oh my goodness, you're getting heavy, boy. All right, guys. So, this is Mr. Diego. He's a short-haired chihuahua. This is my daughter's service dog. Do not give me a bath.
Oh no.
I don't need that.
Not Tom Burgers.
Okay?
That's gonna be funny.
Say hi. He's a good boy, but he's an old man.
Oh, they released their schedule.
He's going blind, so we're having to watch him a little closer. All right, why don't you go to Mama?
I'm so good. You know how I jokingly said it'd be funny if they were dancing with sharks? They're dancing with sharks. The first thing is literally called Dancing with Sharks, and then there's Air Jaws, The Hunt for Colossus, Great White Assassins, Great White something something.
Bring your voice down a little. All right, we got that block taken care of. Nope, that doesn't go there.
Ooh, do you want to make them shark?
Why do I have an extra piece here?
I don't know. Why do you have an extra piece?
Not really sure. Must be because I set it over there. I was like, wait a minute, this isn't adding up.
Come on, baby boy. Come on, puppy. Come on. Go. Come on. Run away. There you go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Big baby. Oh. There you go. Thank you for moving your foot in.
I think what I'm going to do is I want to show how to put each of these sections together. Once you put one section together, you should have no problem putting the rest of it together. There are two separate, I guess you would consider two separate sections, possibly three, but I would say two. The other thing, Jaden, that you should start thinking about is what you want done with the border. Do you want I need a border to go around this. Did we decide on the gray for sure?
I think so.
That gray.
Um,
That gotta go in there.
I was saying, to be honest, I don't remember what the gray looks like, but I think it might have been gray. Could have been white.
No, it was gray.
Oh,
So what I think we're gonna do is finish taking this block apart, and then we'll call it a night, and we'll come back probably tomorrow, and hopefully I will be ready to show you how to put these blocks together. Because I still have to unpick the rest of the seams on the 3 blocks over here, and then I've got to unpick the individual strips. And that's kind of boring to watch, guys. So just finish this.
I knew it. Fell asleep. I knew it. Come on. Open up. Oh, hi. Why did my thing close? What the heck? the hell's your nap?
Good. What is this one don't want to come apart? Also, to make the sewing go faster, so I don't worry about trying to line up lines over there, I'm going to actually take the time to draw my 1/4 inch seam line. And that way I can just go right down the line.
Quincy?
No.
What was it?
Chris,
What about the shoe?
I can't.